Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for coming and watching. I have compiled a compilation. I've compiled a compilation. I have compiled a compilation, yes. I've made a compilation of the inconsistencies in Jussie Smollett's tale, based mostly upon the evidence that we all know, your guys' observations, your guys' comments. You guys are sharp. You guys have seen some things that perhaps I didn't, or anybody else, so I'm going to kind of go over them a little bit. See, my viewers, my commenters, my subscribers, the smartest, most observant people I've ever seen. Give you guys a pat on the back. Also, before I do get into it, I do want to tell you guys I do cover other news stories, pretty much everything. Nothing is off the topic. I have an email in the low bar down below. You can email me with a news story if you just want to chat. Hey, I'm here too. We're a community. We're talking. This is me communicating to you, and I'm looking for the communication back. So let's dive into it. 1, the time. 2 a.m. It's a bit of an odd time to go to Subway. Not just because of the time itself, but also because of the sheer cold temperatures. It's a little bit illogical to think that if you were in Chicago at 2 a.m. in the freezing cold temperatures, that you would think to yourself, you know what? It's freezing cold out there. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go walk to Subway Sandwich. 2 o'clock in the morning in the freezing cold. I'm just going to walk there. It's possible. It's plausible. But it's illogical. It kind of throws the scenario off. It doesn't fit what the normal mode of a human being thinking would be. 2, the fact that the attack has not been found on surveillance. In an affluent neighborhood loaded with cameras and a very short time frame for a lot of action to take place. All the while staying off camera. So you, Jussie, you're trying to convince the world that of all the places in the city, of all the times that this attack took place in this spot where you were off camera for a very short, brief period of time, you were standing there very still and they were attacking you. You never moved. You never went on frame, off frame, on frame, off frame. There was no movement. There was no... That's a little hard to swallow as well. Especially involving weapons. I mean, the minute the rope came out, you would have been fighting for your life. You would have had strength. You would have run. You would have dodged. There's only a few places where you would be off camera. And since you were off camera for only a period of about a minute, how is it possible that all that action, all that movement happened off camera in just that one exact spot off camera? The other part about that is this. If he did do this on purpose, which it looks like he did, and he put the noose around his neck, how is it possible that he knew the one spot for 60 seconds to put the noose around and not be on camera? That's another odd one. I don't know how that works. 3, and this one comes from commenter. I'm going to go ahead and give her the credit. This comes from commenter Keisha D. Jackson. So if you're listening, thank you, Keisha. This is a great observation of the mindset. Like I said, you guys are sharp, man. You guys are observant. He said he wore the noose to preserve evidence. Well, in order for you, during the fight, to have the mindset to preserve evidence, wouldn't you first have to have the mindset that you want to report the crime in the first place? It is undeniable that you didn't want to report the crime. You said as much that you didn't want to report the crime. It is in the police report that you didn't want to report the crime. And your manager, your producer, said you didn't want to report the crime. He reported the crime. So if you didn't want to report the crime, how is it possible that you were thinking that you were going to preserve the rope for evidence? That does not fit. It is out of the ordinary. There is something not right. One of these things does not belong. That's a very acute observation, Keisha, and I thank you very much for that. All the credit goes to you. My viewers, you guys are awesome. You guys are fantastically smart. I mean, you guys are just awesome. And the very last point I want to make is about his phone. He said he wasn't willing to give over his physical phone. Okay, I got you. I got you. I wouldn't want to hand over my physical phone to the police either. But what I would do is email my phone activity to the police. It takes all of 2 minutes. You can get an app that does it, compiles your phone list, and email it. Obviously, he hasn't given the police the information because they're still looking for that information. If they had that information, then they would have told us, hey, you know, yes, he was talking to his manager. Here's the time frame. If any witnesses or anybody was out during this exact specific time frame, and we know the exact specific time frame because we got it off of Jussie's computer. But that doesn't appear to be the case. So it doesn't look like they have any information from his phone. Now, swinging back to that one part of how in the world is it possible that just that one spot for 60 seconds was the spot where everything happened, where he either did get attacked or he put the noose around his neck himself. One spot for 60 seconds. How is it possible he knew that spot? One of my commenters, TRAC2479, stated, he works with production companies, managers, people who work with cameras, camera angles. If this was a publicity stunt, something to jack up ratings or jack up the people attending his concerts, then it would make sense that they would know the camera angles. And maybe they went down the street a couple weeks before and they said, here's the camera angles, here's the blind spots, here's where you need to be. Now that's an interesting one too. But it's not about what I think, it's about what you think. This is a community. This is me talking to you. I'm looking for the communication back. And like I said, check out my other videos. You might like them. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys are lovely. I love talking to you guys. I want to really make this channel something big. Thank you. I look forward to every single video that I make, you guys. You guys are fantastic. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Give this a thumbs up, a like, comment, share. Be part of the community.